The energy, ladies and gentlemen, is moving in Donald Trump's direction. That is undeniable. Last night there was a ecstatic and deeply energetic event at Mar-a-Lago, and a intrepid young reporter who works for the show was there. His name is Danny D'Urbina, and he joins us now. Danny, we really appreciate you coming on the program. We wanted to get you last night, but there was like no cell phone service at Mar-a-Lago. But you were tweeting and you were posting, and it was really inspiring what you were putting up there. The energy was real.
It was definitely real. We had little camera issues here last minute, but we did not have camera issues last night, thankfully. Yeah, the energy was high. I mean, it was 2016 energy. We were like, it was back. I mean, Trump was playing Elvis through like the loudspeakers. Kings recognize kings, King of Rock. Or in this case, the great MAGA king recognizes the King of Rock. But there was like this sense of like the gravity of the moment in the room. Like people understood what was happening. There was this sense of vindication almost, right? Because it's not just about election interference, even though that is what they're doing here. They're trying to put this man in jail. And above all, it's more than just destroying a man. That's destroying America. That's their ultimate goal. And so, this is a person who, this is a room of like all of his, biggest supporters. And then they understood that this guy was almost their messenger, that he was fighting this machine that for so long was pitted against him, the ruling class. And so if you wanted a golden escalator moment like we had in 2016, I mean, this was it. It almost came full circle, right? He went back to New York, to Trump Tower, where the golden escalator is, and he got, arraigned. He got his charges read out to him. Had to plead guilty for 34 times, and so people are the energy's back. People are realizing that this is almost bigger than just a single election or just a primary. We really are fighting for the survival of our republic. And so I think that energy was definitely there last night.
Yep. It wasn't just inside the room, it was outside of the room. A lot of your posts had to do with the people standing along the roadside outside of Mar-a-Lago. I believe we have some B-roll of that. Talk to me about sort of what you saw as you headed into Mar-a-Lago last night.
This is amazing. So this is probably like maybe half a mile or a little bit more away from Mar-a-Lago. And these streets were just lined with supporters. I mean, all down the road, you had massive Trump flags, massive American flags, people chanting, playing YMCA, dancing along. The energy is high. It's back because people they're kind of woken up by this. How can you not be, right? Yeah. It's back. I would say that's the energy.
My favorite tweet was this Superman Trump guy. I think we have the tweet here. Superman Trump.
Yeah, so Trump actually joined the ranks. He was out there waving an American flag. And by the way, those Trump trading card holders are raking it in that cash right now. Those are like worth tens of thousands of dollars now. So I think that's what he's doing. NFTs? That was like the superhero. Yeah, that was his like one of the cards. So.
So as you, did you see this? You cover news. Obviously, you work with this channel, and we love having you. You're always on to watch these Biden events with us. And I've never seen a Biden supporter standing in the street. I mean, am I wrong? Am I being unfair there? Has there ever been like a Biden street standing, room only support for Biden line?
I haven't seen that. The only supporter I've seen for Biden standing along the road is if he falls off his bike, there's someone there to pick him up. So it's more of like a physical support kind of thing. But no real supporters. I mean, there is this sense that he's really destroying our country. And so that was felt last night. I mean, last night, if you want to talk about sort of the weaponization of the judicial system, January 6th just kind of comes to mind. And last night, Trump had his little iPad while he was eating dinner. And he played the January 6th choir national anthem. Everyone at the club stood up, hand over heart, complete silence, reverence for the national anthem. And then at the end, people actually started singing along. So it was kind of a really powerful moment that was felt last night.
Wow. What was your overall takeaway? What would be your overall tweet of last night, right? Your Twitter-sized takeaway from last night, having seen all the sights and sounds of the event?
Yeah, we're not going anywhere, right? I mean, Trump he had so much energy. He had been he had traveled to New York, be subject to the weaponization of the judicial system by Alvin Bragg. Um, he flew back to Mar-a-Lago, gave a 1 hour speech, and then went back to the club, had dinner, and then stood up and greeted every single person in the club. When I shook his
Wow.
hand, I told him, Mr. President, it's a great honor, the great MAGA King himself. He laughed and he said, "That's right." Um, he did the yes meme, the Wojak meme. Um, but yeah, he's energized. He literally stood up, greeted every single person in the club. And yeah, I got to say, like that should tell you a lot about the man and sort of what he knows he's fighting against. He's not giving up. And I think honestly, after seeing the charges that were brought up yesterday, he kind of should be happy. I mean, if the charges are so bad, why won't Fat Alvin tell us what they are? And it's interesting. They're charging him with election interference, but then I think there's a law in New York that allows illegals to vote in elections, but we don't enforce those laws. We just put them in
Right.
4-star hotels in New York City. So
Yes, yes, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's important to note here that Danny is 20 years old.
yeah, 20.
There's hope for America. There's hope for America yet. We keep telling you on this program. And if you wish to have more hope injected into your Twitter feed, go follow Danny. Here is his Twitter account, Danny DeUrbina, 20-year-old culture warrior on campus. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. We can get him up to 50,000 followers today. Let's get Danny up to 50,000 followers today. Let's make sure that we invest in the next generation to save America. Danny, parting words for the audience?
Um, we got to keep fighting. And I think if the energy in that room tells me anything, if the demeanor of Trump tells me anything, is we're not going anywhere. And I think we sort of believe in biblical justice over earthly justice. And if it's not biblical justice, it's not over yet. And
Yes.
so I think we can't lose hope there. And we just got to keep praying for this country and keep moving forward. And I think we'll win.
That is the way. That is the way. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. Appreciate it.